Back at the Hellyer Center, where the Warriors pull out an 87-84 comeback victory against Triton College as they complete the season sweep against the Trojans and get ready for the postseason. And a home court victory that was a lot of fun, I think, for the coaching staff, for Taj Anderson and the other sophomores who were recognized before the game tonight. But Taj, let's first of all start with how you feeling, because everybody kind of held their breath when you went down in the second half. Looked like the injury might be kind of serious, but then you came back in, so you're feeling okay?
Yeah, I feel fine. Just stem and ice, I'll be good. Back out there 2-3 days.
Well, what was the injury? Did you go feet first?
My shoulder hit the bleacher when I tried to save the ball.
Man, that ball looks like the color of a ball right now, huh?
Yeah.
Man, you got a bruise there. I thought maybe he hit his head, and I went over there and said, because I was worried about that, and I told Jenna, I said, I think Taj should have said, and he was, no, I didn't. So
yeah, no more concussions.
I felt better once Taj said that.
Well, let's talk about the game itself. You get 4 threes in the first half, and yet they closed the first half with a 3. They had a good possession to end the first half. They go up by 7 at halftime, and then all of a sudden they had 2 threes to start the second half. What are you thinking at that point when you look up and you're down? I can't guess that you've been down 13 points too many times this season, have you?
We just know that they're a good shooting team. They can hit tough shots, so we know when they hit shots in our face, it's more on us and how we stick defense. Maybe we got to close out harder. Maybe we got to stay attached. So we just felt like we make the change and pressure the ball a little bit more.
And the good thing at that point, obviously, there's over 18 minutes still to play, and so there's plenty of time for a comeback. I said my remarks were the fact that the comeback started right away. You went on a 10-0 run, and so it isn't like you were fighting uphill the entire second half.
Yep.
All of a sudden it went from 13 to 3. You're right back into the game with a lot of time left, and so that was the key. And talk about the defense. The decision to go to full court, did you go to Coach and tell him, hey, we should press full court?
Oh, no, Coach came to us.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't know what kind of relationship you had with Coach, if you were the coach on the floor or not, but
He says, just give me the ball a lot less than he once did. So he's become a much more whatever the team needs of him than he was when he came in straight out of Queens. So
Let's talk about your development, because you're one of the sophomores that got introduced here tonight. You're one of the guys that's been here for a couple of years, and so you're fully immersed in the program at this point.
Yep.
Are you a lot better player now than you were when you came here out of Queens 2 years ago?
For sure. And I'm also a better person. That's most important. I feel like it changed me as a person.
Excellent.
First of all, and then it transformed into on the court.
And probably not an accident that happened that way, right? As you're a better person, you're a better player. In what ways are you better? Because I would guess that you've always been a very good shooter, right?
Yeah, I've always been a kind of good shooter. Coming from Queens, honestly, I say I really got better at defending and rebounding because, New York is just ISO, shoot, score. That's one thing I most definitely picked up on coming here is defending and rebounding, especially being a guard at my position. That's the best thing you can do at this size is rebound, defend, and just do whatever you can for the team. And
it probably didn't take you very long, I'm guessing, Taj, to realize that if you don't defend and you don't rebound at Indian Hills, you're not going to play very much, right?
You won't play at all.
or at all, yeah. Unless Coach really likes you, then he'll put you in at the end of the games. But, Coach, talk about the decision to press. You said earlier off the air that maybe you would have gone to the press earlier, but you've saved it to the second half, and it really paid off, didn't it?
Yeah, and I thought we were just a little sluggish in the first half. I didn't think we were doing anything at complete 100%. And no doubt, Triton's a very good team. So 92% against Triton looks really bad. So you got to do whatever you do at 100%. But if you press at 92% or you press and you're a little slow reacting, it can get really bad. So that's one reason. But also, sometimes when we change it up, you want to wait till the second half so they can't go in there and talk about it for 6 minutes. I think that, if you do something in the first half, they'll come up with a different plan. And then all of a sudden they kind of counter, they make the adjustment, and it doesn't work as well. So I don't know. It's something that's been good for us at times this year. That's probably the first time we've done it for the entire half. I mean, even before those 2 threes, we were going to do it straight out the gate. We didn't score, so you didn't see that yet. But the plan was to do it the entire half. And Aaron's been tremendous in it. Yassine Toomey was phenomenal tonight. Just with how quick he is. And I kid you not, he's not up in the press, but Javon Hadley's at the back of it, and him protecting the rim, and because they're gonna get through it from from time to time. And Javon's presence at the rim is just such an enormous, he'd probably be the best on the top of it too, but he is the best at the back of it, protecting the rim, and he is willing to do whatever the team needs of him to win the game. So we just kind of find a little thing that works for us a little bit, and it's obviously it's a good weapon to have, and the guys like doing it. So obviously I thought we had to speed up the pace of the game. They kind of want to play a slower half-court game because they're huge at every position. We wanted the game to go a little bit up and down. And I don't know. In the first half, it felt like it was maybe their pace, but they went 8 for 12 from 3. And like Taj said, they're a good shooting team, but I don't think they were a 67% shooting team. So I thought the first half they played about as well as they could play. So we weren't panicked at the half. But obviously when they made those 2 threes, we for sure had to pick it up. And luckily these guys took matters into their own hands and played a great second half, and that's a very fulfilling win.
And I think the other thing that's maybe overlooked sometimes is that when you speed the other team up, they're not going to shoot as well from 3, are they? No. You mentioned 8 out of 12 in the first half. They were 4 for 14 in the second half, including the one that came right before the buzzer. And so
they're different shots. They're not. The first half, every shot they got was out of one of their plays. It was the play and it was open. They're trying to throw the ball inside. So when you speed them up, they're not going to be able to run as many plays. There's going to be more randomness out there. And for a half-court team, sometimes they're uncomfortable doing that, and the guys, they're surprised they're open, and then they shoot it. So it might take them a little bit out of rhythm.
Taj, does it seem like you've played 30 regular season games this year? It seems like a lot of times when you get to this point of the season that you were just getting ready for your opener or the opening weekend, and now all of a sudden it's over, and now the fun starts. But does it seem like you've played 30 games in your sophomore season?
No, it doesn't. It seems like we just kind of left Alabama.
And we went to Alabama in June.
Yeah.
What does this team need to do now, in your opinion, to get ready for the postseason? You've got a week before you play next Saturday night at home here against either Marshalltown or Southeastern. What will you work on individually, and what does the team do you think will work on in the week getting ready for the best part of the season for you?
Individually, first I gotta get my shoulder right, but just
fortunately it's not your shooting shoulder, right?
No.
Your left shoulder.
He took an aggressive shot with about 30 seconds to go. That so he seems to be okay shooting the ball.
So get your shoulder right, but it doesn't sound like that's anything. Hopefully, that's going to be lingering. And then what else? What team wise? What does this team need to do to get better at to make a run and to get to Hutch?
First, I feel like having us against the world mentality is something that's been working for us since our first win of the win streak, and it's just I feel like that's kind of like the main thing, coming in day to day, giving it our best, going hard in practice, and really focusing the details, because now every team is going to be good, and like Coach said, 92% may not be enough. So I feel like we just come in, give it all we got day to day, learn, and just get ready for the postseason, get ready for Saturday.
I'll have both of you guys comment on this because I heard an interesting comment from a broadcaster earlier in the week. He said that oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes the best teams in late February into March into the postseason are the hungriest teams. Would you agree with that?
Yes, for sure.
And is this team hungry enough to get to where, or is that an area where you need to get
we're very
need to get better?
We're hungry for everything, especially the return that's coming back from last year, how that ended. And these guys this year, they've fell in love with the culture, and they're just as hungry as us.
Coach, what about it? Hungry teams are tough teams this time of the year, aren't they?
No, that's for sure. They're willing to do things, for their team, for their program, for their community, for their teammates, for people outside of themselves, and that's what it takes to win games. The kid on their team, number 10, is one of the most outstanding offensive rebounders that we've run across in a long time. That guy can play some basketball, it's not easy. When I say, hey, Taj, block him out. Guys, it's not that easy, okay? Like, it's not that easy. Like, it is hard, and so you really have to dig down to a place, you have to make yourself uncomfortable. You have to be willing to do things for more than just yourself and what makes you comfortable. So, yeah, that hunger factor is important, and I think these guys, I think we're all hungry to play as many games as possible. Like this, we've kind of clicked as a group, as a team, as a family, and these guys really, I think, are enjoying every single day right now. So, I mentioned at halftime, not in a threatening way, but I just mentioned at halftime that, this could be over in 7 days. If we keep playing at 90%, like this is not guaranteed to continue. And that's been a very motivating factor because we want this to go on for about another month or whatever it is, month and a half. I don't know what it is. We want to play as many games as they let us play. So I think we have a hunger to keep doing that. Obviously, these are a competitive group of guys, and I think they proved that tonight because I respect Triton as much as can be, and I thought they played like a top 5 team in the country there tonight. Like, I thought they played an outstanding game, and I thought we really had to I mean, that was probably the best basketball game that we've played this year, and I thought these guys, their hunger is kind of what led to that.
Taj, you mentioned something, and I'm going to have you close with, you said in the back of your mind, you're still thinking back to last year, the way last year ended.
Yep.
How much of a motivating factor has that been for you going through this year, and how much will it be going forward and hopefully over the next month or so?
Very motivating, especially coming closer to the time where we lost, where it happened at. It just gets me more and more hungry, and I'm just ready to play as much games as possible, like Coach said.
Coach, is that something that you can use as a motivating factor, or don't you need to with this group?
I don't need to say
just
anything.
know.
You know, we're a different team. I mean, Braxton and Taj and Mohamedou, who's obviously not playing, those 3 don't need any reminders. I mean, it's, you know, I know that Braxton, Taj, and Mohamedou, I mean, and Mohamedou is as joyful about our wins as anybody in our program now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he lives and dies with this. So those 3 don't need any encouragement or motivation for sure, you know, and I think that kind of filters throughout our team. So I think that kind of goes without saying. I mean, I think Braxton, Mohamedou, Taj, and then Davin and Leroy were there too. You know, they were on that trip last year. They saw that, you know, we get pretty close as a group. So when all of a sudden something goes wrong, I mean, it's pretty crushing, you know, because I mean, we're playing for, like I said, we're playing for more than just ourselves. We're playing for each other. We're playing for our school. We're playing for our community. You know, we want to make everybody proud. You know, so we'll try to keep this thing going as long as possible. I don't got to remind Taj of that. I'm sure they. You know, I don't think they remind the other guys. I think it's just kind of, as Taj used the word, it's kind of our culture. It's kind of who we are, you know. So we'll try to keep, you know, doing what we can do. And we need everybody back here 7 nights from now against whoever it is, Marshalltown or Southeastern. So
Taj,
whoever that is, we need a full house for that.
You have a preference? Who would you rather play? Marshalltown or Southeastern? Doesn't matter?
Good answer, Taj. Don't let him prod you.
All right, good.
He's a veteran,
good.
Taj. Okay? He knows what he's doing.
I know that, you know, that every now and then you get Coach Plona to slip up or something. So you know that I wouldn't drive down here unless I had unearthed a fact. So here's something that I'll leave you and the Warrior fans with.
All right, Pink.
Okay, here we go. So in the month of February, Coach Plona's teams now are 49-3. So you talk about teams that are closers. You talk about guys like Taj that are players that are closers. So the Warriors have, in the 7 years that Coach Plona has been here, have won 49 out of 52 games in the month of February. So I guess what I'm trying to say is this is the time for the Warriors. This is the time when they love it. The fans love it, obviously, and it's no accident, is it, Coach, that you have that kind of a record?
But our goal is, like I said, we're trying to play as many games as possible. So we're going to try to do what we can do to make March our time this year.
All right. Well, February on into March, and who knows after that. So, Taj, congratulations. Thanks for your 2 years here at Indian Hills on sophomore night, and hope we get to see a lot more of you going down the stretch. And a month from now, you'll have a smile even bigger on your face than the one that we have right now. So
For sure.
All right. Warriors win at 87-84. They came from 7 down at halftime. They came from 13 down in the second half, and they closed the regular season with their 25th win. They go to 25-5. Now it's on to the postseason. A week from Saturday, a week from tonight, they'll play either Marshalltown or Southeastern here in the Region 11 championship game. And if you can't be here at the Hellyer Center, we hope you can join us right here on Go Hills TV. Thanks to Titus and Jimmy and all the gang for being with us here tonight on the broadcast, on the telecast, and we'll talk to you next Saturday night when the Warriors play at home again here at the Hellyer Center. Go Warriors! Good night on Go Hills TV, powered by JBS.